Okay, we're doing game bird cleaning tonight, and what we're going to do is we're going to be cleaning a duck and show you how to breast the duck. Many hunters decide that they're going to use their game and use only the breast meat. You can use the breast meat, you can use the leg meat and cook them in a slow cooker. I prefer myself on a lot of the ducks I get to take the breast meat and freeze it or use it in Chinese style recipes. So we're going to show you how to breast a duck today. First thing we're going to do is you're going to take a sharp knife. Your knife should be sharp. A well-sharpened knife is necessary when cleaning game birds to keep from butchering up the meat and putting a lot of extra cuts in it that are unnecessary. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to pick up the skin and make a pinch on the breast skin, so you're just pinching through the skin, not the meat. You're not going to be grabbing any meat. You're going to be grabbing just a pinch of feathers, and very carefully you're going to just make a hole, and you're going to turn the knife over so the knife blade is facing up. And then what you're going to do is you're going to cut very easily till you can get a small incision. Then you're going to clean the feathers away so you can see down here is the breast meat. And now you can see I can lift up. I can lift up, but I can slide my fingers around and I can loosen that skin. If I take my knife and very carefully cut the connective tissue that holds the skin to the meat itself. If you pull gently on the skin and pull it away from the meat, you won't cut the meat up. And what your goal is at this point in time is to loosen the feathers and the skin all the way up the breast on both sides, because you're gonna use both of the breast of the bird. And as you can see, cutting very carefully. Just so that you're all aware, I'm doing this on my kitchen counter. Try to do this when your wife is not in the house, or in this case, my wife is in the living room sleeping and doesn't know that I'm here doing this.
Yes, I do.
Now I'm in trouble. Okay, I'm gonna clean all the way back till I can see till I've got the entire breast of the duck exposed all the way up to the neck. So if you can zoom in on that, you can see what I've got exposed now is the breast meat. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take right up the breastbone here, I'm going to take my knife and I'm going to very carefully guide that against the breastbone, actually with a point, with the cutting face of the knife facing the breastbone itself. And I'm going to start way up at the top, and I'm going to cut against the breastbone. You'll notice the knife pressure is this way, and I cut all the way down to the end. When I get to the end here, I'm going to take the knife and I'm going to very carefully peel that breast meat back. So you can see that. You can see down here. Can you zoom in on this, Jeff? Mm-hmm. So you can see there's the breastbone. Okay? I'm going to start down here, and I'm going to cut very carefully along the back edge, where you can see where the breast meat is connected to the back of the bird there. And I'm going to very carefully, with my knife blade always against that bone, I'm going to just peel that breast meat back. And you can see that I'm not even cutting into the body cavity if I do it correctly. I cut all the way up. When I get to the wishbone, I'm going to cut against the wishbone, keep cutting until I get to the shoulder. Now I'm going to pick the breast meat up, and I'm going to continue to cut it away. And again, a little tricky. You can see the shoulder. I'm going to cut the meat at the shoulder. Continue to cut, and when I've done it properly, I have a nice clean duck breast. The beauty of using game birds this way is that if you're serving them to guests, you're not going to get the reaction of, oh, I see a whole bird there and I think I'm eating a duck. If you eat it this way, the person's going to eat that duck and not even know that they're eating a wild game. Then we're going to take it over here and we're going to rinse it off. And there's your completed duck breast. That's all there is to it. Couple of pieces of paper towel, pat it dry. And we're going to repeat the same procedure to the other side. And there's your nice duck breast. 90% of the meat that's on that's usable on a duck is in the breast. I'm going to do the same thing with the other side. Same thing. My knife is coming against the breastbone. When I get to the back, I'm going to keep my knife pointing against the bone. I'm going to keep just very easily peeling it back. That's all it takes to breast a duck. Now, properly done, there's no waste meat. There's no wasted meat on that bird. That bird's all done. What you can do now, if you'd like, you can go and you can skin the legs, save your legs up and freeze them, and when you've got a pot full of them, you can make a recipe that calls for duck legs, but no matter how you slice it, it's a whole lot easier than plucking. Plucking a bird and roasting it can take hours. This, done with the breast meat, you can see I'm done probably in 5 minutes per bird, or less.